Hello and welcome to Inside the VI. I'm Aaron Schultz, joined by my co-host, Dean Fisher.
On this week's episode, we have our own Christopher Munns-Micklin with a special interview with Campbell River Storm's forward, Gage Colpron. We also have the standings as of this week.
Christopher Munns-Micklin also joins us for the Where Are They Now segment, and also we take a look at Brandon Ward, who is our Spotlight Player of the Week.
And I'm Ty Campbell with all the news coming up with the VI JHL later on in the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Inside the VI.
Welcome to Inside the VI. This is episode 21.
And first, we're going to send things off to our own Tally Campbell, who has the news from this past week. Tally?
Great, thank you, Aaron. Not much to talk about news this week. However, now Buccaneers head coach and general manager Derek Pajinski announced that Jonathan Spear would join the team for the remainder of the season, including the playoffs. Jonathan Spear played last season for the Buccaneers. He is 21 years old, so he'll be a great addition to that team. And the wild card game, a sudden death game, has been set between the Peninsula Panthers and the Oceanside Generals. It is the final spot for the playoff spot, which will happen Monday, February 16th at 7:30 p.m. in Peninsula. That again is Peninsula Panthers taking on the Oceanside Generals for that final playoff spot. The winner will face the Campbell River Storm. That's all Newsweek. The VI JHL pass things back into the studio. Here's Aaron Schultz and Dean Fisher.
Thanks, Tally. And now we go to our own Christopher Munns-Micklin, who's speaking with Gage Colpron of the Campbell River Storm. Chris?
Thanks a lot, gentlemen. Yes, that's right. I'm joined on the line by Gage Colpron of the Campbell River Storm, and Gage has recently hit a notable milestone, reaching 40 points this season. So, Gage, talk a little bit about what it means to be reaching that achievement.
It feels good. Getting 40 goals in the season is a goal that I didn't really set for myself, so it's nice to achieve. I mean, it's helping my line mates and stuff, but it feels good.
And of course, there's been a couple of hat tricks this season for the Storm, and really this season overall has just been a great season for the Campbell River Storm. Talk a little bit about the team's success, Gage.
You know what? I think it just comes down to depth. We've got 4 unreal lines right now that are all buzzing, and everybody's kind of competing within. It's great, and been driving ourselves every night to try and, who's going to be that first line. I think that's great that we don't really have a designated, less pressure, and lots of guys contributing. It's great.
And of course, the playoffs not that far away. What are you guys doing as a team heading into the playoffs?
We've been doing lots of team activities, community work recently, lots, and hard practices obviously, and resting up. Sometimes, like our 3-on-3, we had some vets sit out just to make sure everybody's getting healthy and amping up for playoffs here.
And finally, Gage, looking forward to your hockey career beyond the VIJHL, what are you hoping to accomplish?
Right now, it's kind of undecided, but hopefully play for a college team. I've had a little bit of interest, but just waiting for a few extra calls here and make a decision hopefully next season.
Great. Thanks a lot, Gage, and best of luck in the playoffs. That's Gage Colpron of the Campbell River Storm. We're going to send things back to Aaron and Dean, who are standing by in the studio. Gentlemen?
Thanks, Chris.
We're now going to take a look at Brandon Ward, who is our Spotlight Player of the Week, brought to you by the Queens. Brandon Ward is a goaltender who wears number 35 for the Saanich Braves. Ward is 19 years of age and comes from Vacaville, California. In his rookie season, Ward spent time with the Nanaimo Buccaneers with a 2-0 record, a .948 save percentage, and a 1.5 goals against average. Now with the Saanich Braves this season, Ward has a record of 10 wins, 20 losses, and a tie. He has an .893 save percentage, a 3.41 goals against average, and 3 shutouts. And that was Brandon Ward, who is our Spotlight Player of the Week, brought to you by The Queens, the home for live music in Nanaimo. For more information, please visit www.thequeens.ca.
Now we're going to go to our own Christopher Munns-Micklin, who has the Where Are They Now segment, brought to you by Doug Routley, MLA Nanaimo, North Cowichan.
As part of the Where Are They Now segment, I'm joined on the line by Victoria Cougars alumni Travis Stevens. Travis, thanks for taking the time to do this interview. First question for you, looking back on your time with the Victoria Cougars, what were some of your favorite memories?
I guess my favorite memories of the Victoria Cougars, it was just a very professionally run organization. Although it was a junior B hockey club, we were treated like we were a junior A team. Time commitment was essential. You were expected to act like, you weren't a junior B player, basically. So it's definitely a kind of a different environment playing for the Victoria Cougars, and it kind of shows through their track record, actually.
And of course, after playing in the VIJHL, you went on to play in the BCHL, where you jumped around between 6 different teams. How did that work out for you, and what were some of the things you learned while playing in the BCHL?
It was definitely a very good experience, I think, hockey-wise and life-wise. And a lot of the things I learned were, I was very immature back then, obviously, and I just realized, you're going to go through adversity and you're going to experience the ups and downs, but you can't react too much, and you kind of have to stay steady. And if things are going bad, keep your head up. If things are going good, don't get too high, right? So.
And Travis, if you were to describe yourself as a hockey player, what sort of hockey player would you describe yourself as?
I was definitely a faster offensive guy. I wouldn't consider myself a physical player in that sense. More of a playmaker who would chip in scoring goals the odd time as well.
And finally, Travis, what does your future hockey career hold for you, do you think?
Well, currently I'm at Middlebury College. I actually tore my ACL this year. So I played one game and I tore my ACL the first shift of the second game. So right now, I've achieved what I wanted to achieve out of hockey. I'm at a very fine, high-end academic institution in the States here, known as one of the better academic locations in all of the states. So it's a very good opportunity that hockey kind of provided for me, because it's a place that I wouldn't have gotten into normally. And seeing some of the places that guys go from here, onto Wall Street, on to investment banking, they go into big time jobs in big time markets. And that's definitely something that I'd want to pursue if hockey didn't work out in the long run. So either way, I'm in a very good spot.
Thanks a lot. That's Travis Stevens, VIJHL alumni, former player for the Victoria Cougars. The Where Are They Now segment is brought to you by Doug Routley, MLA, Nanaimo, North Cowichan.
Hi, I'm Doug Routley, MLA for Nanaimo, North Cowichan. As a cyclist and hockey player, sports has always been an important part of my personal development. We're very lucky in Nanaimo to have a rich heritage and history of athletic achievement, and I'm proud to support sporting activities and opportunities for people of all ages in our wonderful community.
Thanks, Chris. And now we're going to look at the standings from this past week in the VIJHL. Starting off with the North Division, the Campbell River Storm have retaken the league. In 46 games played, they have 38 wins, 4 losses, 1 tie, and 3 overtime losses for a total of 80 points. The Comox Valley Glacier Kings are behind them. In 46 games played, they have 22 wins, 18 losses, 1 tie, 5 overtime losses for a total of 50 points. Right behind them are the Nanaimo Buccaneers. In 46 games played, they have 50 points. And dead last in the league and the North Division are the Oceanside Generals. In 46 games, they have 17 points. And carrying on with the South Division now, the Victoria Cougars. In 45 games played, they have 39 wins, 5 losses, 1 tie, and 0 overtime losses for a total of 79 points. West Shore is second in the North Division. In 45 games played, they have 27 wins, 15 losses, 2 ties, and 1 overtime loss for a total of 57 points. Third in the South Division are the Saanich Braves. In 47 games played, they have 40 points. Kerry Park behind them. In 46 games played, they have 35 points. And Peninsula, trailing the South Division, 47 games, they have 32 points. That is the standings as of this week in the VIJHL.
And that concludes this week's episode of Inside the VI.
Be sure to follow us on Twitter at Inside the VI for all the latest news involving the VIJHL. Thank you for tuning in and have yourselves a wonderful week.